Adesema my mama nyina aju YouTube kase ba yen saka na nwumre na ye de bram ye de free ship house abeka junction Accra na ye to amanemo na kase ba ye de bram enwumako bi adaroma
Nwumako no aye this way chocolate drink dunya ye unso share special ice mineral water and a special drinks come on ya no be anom Best Point Savings and Loans Limited womo aye bank Ghana fo nyina ajedu atomu dial *277#. Now the bank no needs also and a best assurance about Daroma. Then nsema hodro no eba. Dedi makotin bi eni.
NDC amanyokuo no aye nkae dum de akai enkane mampanyi Professor Evans Atamel semfinhye du baakulie a ofrim.
Jumadi na se no kane Ghana mampanyi His Excellency John Dramani Mahama chese enipa the late Professor Mos eche no bi ti sabotre ahobrase ani adibuo no abekoso adi nanim dwumadi ahodo a odi nyina mo
mampanyi Akufo-Addo akokasa ewo ikam a ni nyina no woka aduane ene bambo wonsem
amambani abedi achire Dr. Alhaji Mahamudu Bamianso ene wode aswabo form a agenda 111 wo sha CSB ewo dwira
wasofo a ohwe sikasem so okire afimpinu ne aduonum yensan finfini ese fata se anka wode ensem kotu edwanom sese wasi July da etoso aduonu enum omafo akire wo mo adwen dia fa budget afina pamusa na kenkan no
Yobeko Dr. Ernest Addison, Governor of the Bank of Ghana, was say ha dwene pa se nipa bi edi amanoni sika emu odu wadi go mfia wonfa enko bank
SMP ka ho ne de bra mo kase boy mu midi di akosia sapon mene
David Ofori Safo
Africa se bono emu ensem enie NDC amanyokuo ni mu panyi baako a ofiri mu a na ehwehwe aso omanfo etwa agyaadwo ena omamu ni nyina ena brichie ebo ye oktabre no na eye ewiakete bi ena ebeto dwase Professor John Evans Atamel na oye Ghana mampanyi wato anananom ewo ensiedo asem yi esi sa no nam so e mampanimfo ye ntotoye na eno ena mfinhye du baako entamnie womo aye enkaedum sede afibia womo eye nonom na dwumadie asi etwetwe nintin ekukudam a womo NDC amanyokuo nim ena ebaye obi etise enkane mampanyi John Dramani Mahama, Right Honorable Speaker of Parliament Onimonyamfo Urban Kingsford Sumana Bagbin ono so ebaye sanso na Yera Johnson esiedu nketia afa mpanimfo a womo edi amanyokuo nanim nyina no wonom ebaye na board chairman Emma JEA Mills Memorial Heritage eye Ora Alex Segbefia opanyini edensem to edwa.
This party is privileged to have to be a party that is inspired by the founder of this country, a man who inspired us. This party is privileged to have been founded by another great son of the land, David Roberts. This party absolutely is privileged to have had not just as the vice president, but also as the flag bearer, as president. A man that I can only describe as a great servant leader of the nation. If there is anything that stands tall about him, the fact that he rose to the highest, that at no point ever forgot his groundedness, his simplicity, his humility. I remember even when he was contesting the first time to be president, he was saying, I'm desperate to be president. And those words for politicians sounded a little out of place. For me, I think what they sought to do was to bring into our nation, into the body politic, the fact that we do not need to be desperate to become what we're destined to be. This 11th anniversary passing of His Excellency President John Evans Atamel, I wish to appreciate our commitment to continue to espouse values
Na sajumedi asina no kane Ghana mampene His Excellency John Dramani Mahama enso kasai na oditudwa chese ne boss a wanya baby ko the late president Professor Moss osua ne mapi ene free no ho ebi ene abotre so abotre mani papa afi ahobrase ene adebu na sade ne bekoso adi nanim woni dwumadi a odi nyina mu o chese ono no wanye se MPP aban a bosisi won aso bibi kura nkoyie na wo ka won peso mutie chese wo muntie obi a sade ne de wansua emfri Professor Moss ho nti ono de obekoso a anya botre ahobrase ene adebu amagana de hye.
Prof, as we all call him, was a distinguished man who served his country with utmost integrity and humility, while building a better Ghana for all, not just a few.
Emfonia, former President, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, or Kasa, Professor Moss, ne legacy, when she share ne itimi etobia titru bebre ebasie na kanega na mampani His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, chere se ne former boss a wanya ne ba biko Professor Moss. Watiase no o chere ne niema pi niema o chere no ebi ne abotre o se so woni nipa ye adwuma o so wonya abotre wo nipa ho obra wo ase ma nipa twene dwumadi ana se level a wadu wo abrabom no o se abribia obra wo ase oba fom ma nipa obu nipa ti san ne ye pa osua free the late president Professor Moss no o se bekoso adi nanim e wo ne dwumadi emu no onye ti se MPP aban se nyame ya dom na se 2024 abato bekoso Ghana fo to abama no be mampani a de Ghana fo betie no ana de Ghana fo beka no eno de be adwuma obetie Ghana fo no de di dwuma kama onye se MPP aban a che se Ghana fo kan bibia wo muntie nema nko ye kura na oka wo masisi o maso lumbanyom ye ntie obi a enom de ye adwuma wo so no de Professor Moss tias no wan kire ne saa jobekoso anya botre ahobrase obebu nipa obedo nipa brebia woni dwumadi awdimu ensema kane Ghana mampani His Excellency John Dramani Mahama wade atudwa enono
Yeko ensem fufuro mu ana ye de ani kire Offensive College of Education na eho na graduation ceremony akoso osofo a wo hwe nwomesua so ye Dr. Osei Yaw Edutwum wonu nyamfo ekokopie mu wo dwumedie na sen na ne nsem ode tudwa na o kire achechefo se eba baby ti se training colleges ahodo no a na se wo mo etete emmabunu no wo school mu a wo mo ma wo mo nye critical thinkers womo betimi adwene ehwa ne hwa afei womo kire omade a momo enhwe se ombeye chiu empo ene ensam no womo wesagu omutim no makopo agu osa akeke wo se eno nyade a ebeboa na emom so womo ade omadwen no omutimi dwen esisi so na omutimi ye enuoma ahodo eno beboa womo ama womo ewie suku a enipa no wonye na dwen se wokotena se ana okobotai na wakotena ye condition mu akoye adwuma enipa nankasa bedwene no ahunu se enuoma bi wo ho e wo so oye edema na brabo ebema no akọ nenim eno achi no na very reverend Dr. Joseph Inchi asamoa wo no eye principal ema Offensive College of Education so edensem etoso
University of Cape Coast, the questions that you give them should not lend itself to rote memorization. Allow them to become critical thinkers while they are being trained here, so that when they go to the classrooms, they can also train the young ones to become critical thinkers. If you are expecting them to memorize here, then don't tell them to go to the classrooms and create critical thinkers for our country. We cannot memorize our way out of poverty. We have to produce critical thinkers. And critical thinkers are not created in classroom environment where the teacher is the God. When he speaks, nobody speaks. When she talks, nobody talks. And in case one of the children is just too much exuberant and they can't sit down and they want to ask questions, they don't get to be at the receiving end of a cane.
School there, no one should have a consola. You can't bring from discipline. But school, no, say, yeah, my friend, teacher, discipline, or from Kaka. To me, I should show you now, come over, you meet me on my discipline. True, church, in Casabon, in your future. No fun, actually, yes, and my almost a bomb, Modi, Sissy, Fee, learning facilities be free. I built for me, to me, a new library. The ICT center, the science laboratory, and all other facilities. Yeah, equipped with modern technological equipment. A team of Madison, I bring a library, your computers, which means University of Cape almost library, your network, I link here. I didn't have one for addition.
Seche Duma say no ewa sante mantam no emu Ghana mampani abedi akire His Excellency Dr. Alhaj Mahmudu Baumia wadi animu amasabra no kase wadi aso abofom a Agenda 111 project I no aban AC ayare sabia hodo 111 awo memno wo hyase asibi ewo edwira Seche Duma se
ene ejumedi yebe fa aso abofom for the construction of district hospital ewo ejura sa hospital project under Agenda 111 project nana dodankwa kufuado editor jwa say yebehwe na Ghana ha since independence now about 101 districts were Omoni District Hospital for the last 60 years. Indeed, yes, take a decision and once and for all, see 101 district hospitals.
Send the hospital there, I am Pomudiasem. It take Mansino Suso and grass have been Kronkuma Edoson. Sent to know IRS 7, I was Nibia Pira accident in Seminano. Send a hospital at Tre, na a Yakasiano, Nabia department to be a woman in Tinum, a bayan for today, I'm a man for you now. Adiabaqua, let me pay for Yaka, Edia Series. Sawusha, as I say, a dia, yes, in one. Yet the Bayer helipad, Yabaya helicopter, ne parking space, Sepasa over dra, what look no, ever pack. Say your hospital can say waha, near police division waha. There's a Ghana man penny by your president. No, Besrani my edra. Now, Besradia, I say never be papa. They are to play ABC. And she and also so, and then your pass are carrying out. Jama want to meet you all there. Yenya Mobia ever call.
Ghana, any Houston, city of Texas. One more US abrochi memo, one more air boom, now one more aye investment and now the sika air babe share energy sector. And no bebwama and yinamuhon semene investment wohono etimi ako ninim. Eti and so ama enei aye mayor our Houston. Eye Ora Sylvester Tana wababe PM woni delegates ne baaye a wabe PM won kramantam ha hia osofo a ohwe energy ensem so onimunyamfo Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempe won kran ha wo mo atwetwe nkomo ehwe kwampa a wo betimi afaso na waboa amom so ede wo musika ababe hye energy sector mo.
Houston, we are the energy capital of the world with all of our energy companies there. But the city of Houston is 100% powered by renewables. And it is a collaboration between our energy companies and working to achieve the energy transition. We have taken, for example, one of the areas in our city, one of our lower social economic areas, primarily occupied by African Americans, and where it was a landfill sitting on that space, 240 acres, pulling down this low-income community And now we have reimagined that and turning it into the largest urban solar farm in the United States, where we have enough power to power 5,000 to 10,000 homes, a huge financial investment, turning around that community, a collaboration between the energy sector, community engagement in low-income communities, and creating workforce and job opportunities, and so we're doing that. We are here to say, how can we partner in a very realistic, pragmatic way to create some success stories?
I said we need the banks to come and support these American technology companies to come back in investment. The banks have not appreciated the fact that your economic advisor said something. It is not only going to be, oil and gas is not going to be around for 40 years. It will be more than 40 years. I don't see any African countries going out of oil and gas in the next century. We've just found all our oil and gas. At least we will benefit from the gas associated with the oil and gas for years. So we do need you. We need you to really come and interact with the data that we have, and the data that is available, and the work that we can do together.
Kaseway for UTV so abjan for ebesra mo na ajinkato abaye ba ensem nsie pio no.
do you go about pronouncing his name? W.E.B. Du Bois.
Eba fo akwa baba UTV kasebo yi show avento ansem so ema wane de mo ko manhia ahemfie no ewo Asante Mantam emu His Royal Majesty Otumfo Sage to the second Asante hene wadi animu ama waye amamre ene amane a kwasidai afahye no de tos enum no afi wade ahyehye so.
Seni akwaside eduru hono ma amane ne amamre ekoso ewo manhia ahemfie no na wotwe wie so saa na ekoso a etitrefo amanyofo womo ye womo ankasa edwuma nananom atrakunwa womo nyina akopie mu ewo manhia ahemfie a womo kosom ye edidi akwaside na mpanyimfo a womo bepie mu ebi eye COP Kofi Boachi wone ne dom bepie mu a womo ebedi ade na afi womo fa saa akwanya no so eda Asante ne Otumfo Osetutu a otoso mienu ase se oyiko police adwumam ne mpaye ene na futuo na etima aboa na saa kopem emra odi mfie duasin a ofiri Ghana Police Service mu ewa asomdwie mu okire ne nsemu ekire se nani sopa emra woye Asante Mantama police sahene emwa onya free Asante hene nche kopem se osa ekopie mu wo enkran entina se afata se oda ohene ase
se fia de bia me ba nenso police from striking force we were media there because the first time they were a crowd. Mr. Sampdona Fee, Umumia Seminana, the team is so compensate the better retail commander Kumasi, Tabia, Ubiano Quine, and yes, a quite to watch a Kuruma or a family. You be a meeting cat, just a person, and then the suits for the time that she. Any opium po na ebetini ewura Asante Hene enti efe tumi wa wode asida crying
na mpanyimfo ne bia ombepie mu wo akwasiden na se eye Newmont Africa wo mpanyimfo ne bi owura David Johnson no na head of sustainability edema Newmont obepie mu ha na omune Asante Otumfo Osetutu a foundation ya to ne din Otumfo Osetutu the second foundation a omutimi ede boa emmabuno ene enkwala omo ko school no eba eye abefo kwan so beche ICT a omo ede eniema ebema saa foundation eno executive director edema Otumfo Osetutu the second foundation Nana Efua Kobi Prempe any youth in some for twetwe nkomo and ochire mu say
Newmont Africa omo ye moa bebre usually na omo no ye program bi na ye kodan omo na omo boa ye but afei de ye ne omo tenase akonhyehyeye e de sasha say omo de ye ko 3-year agreement specific agreement towards adisua emo bebre omo person omo de mayen communities no. We are looking at over 150 communities, but particularly in Adisuya communities now, almost like ICT. Boy, so there are communities now, almost electricity, and then you money able to me set ICT and reading libraries. That was our communities nina, and there almost need electricity in Yamasan, so you be a mobile ICT camp. And they had a campaign ICT a church for Ebecosa community CB. I was setting up for a couple of months.
A crack youth even some for any head of sustainability Edema Newmont Africa Ura David Johnson as what you and come.
Tire say Yambuano Ebeco Aburo communities are ebe operations no. Enti ya share muano na ya share Otumfo Osetutu Foundation. Juma omo ye ebano education teacher because one of the areas eda yakoma so pa na yes na tie dia yeso ye dia ntuma bebo omo dia no said dia emwa ye wo no eba ko achen communities omo ye around the operations no na yenkita ho with Otumfo Osetutu Foundation no akọnechi ayi if it's me tramenia anya for about 9 or so years no ya boa Otumfo Osetutu Foundation won kwan bebre so especially in education.
Section 28 Ewo Public Financial Management Act 2016 Act 921 HSC se afeno pemu a oswafo hwe sikasem so e wo se okopie mu ewo emrahye bedwam na ɔman yi akɔhome sika no kɔ na okɔkyerɛkyerɛ mu baabi aduro sɛ nso a yɛde bi aka ho na yɛhunu sɛ de yɛbɛsi atoto ɔman no de afa ɛno na UTV ɛbɔ anan ɛkɔ montene so ne ɔmanfo kɔdi nkɔmmɔ nyame yɛ adom a wɔkyena ɛna wɔn mutu hyɛ da no ebeduro sɛ ɔsoafo ebɛkɔ na wakɔ akɔkyerɛkyerɛ nsɛm mu na Ghanafoɔ ɛkyerɛ wɔn adwen
tax no dɔso to me tax no dɔso ɛna me should die huru fa so dey what tax no for example say be meka am kutai muto tax bi say bia road works the roads are na so ɛna say no come tax although no yentwa taxes be bi o yentwa de but omu di bi ba eye omu fa bi so am so enye but obi onye o na mo use no o so bo so hunu say sika a mo ji o system no no o de be ye adwuma skana mo di omo je no omo de be ye adwuma because they say tax omo di ye ho he yeah ye ho he.
What I'm expecting is to introduce new taxes in addition, and that's where we will not be happy about it. Simple because all the taxes that we have been paying so far now, we don't see any benefit from those taxes. And airlines taxes are increasing daily basis. So that's why I already said I don't expect something new from them, that maybe they can do something about the economy. They can never do anything about important about this economy at the moment.
Said the system na koyen so san be budget foforo no san the tax bi san ba e beto so ma ye dia e ba ha yin fize mo no no to so no na yen so ye increase niema no nti ko ba ne se wo de bi to so dia e ba ha yin nti ye sre no an se niema de e wo mu se niema mo eden but what they say mo no hwe e se de ono be bi ntense ne ba bi a se gina no kra ne se woni intimate so no ba bi a gina ne betima gina ma yen ya nka fe se betima amane gina sa se woni di bebe to so a ebe man niema na koso e ban science so ne business no e kofom e de man visit say ne e brepa
omo be regi budget na ye pese omo nti yanti niema no so maye e se sia no ya ye wo krom ne anim ne e koso niema no boy edidodo na fe so niema no scan ni krom na scan na e wo krom kakra no na ye dan ye ho midima we na we so ade blame nti ama ye niema no aye se si ho ye nto wow niama ne yento nti budget no mu be ye ne de nya ye wo ya adwenu mu se omu ba beti niama so na niama no nkofam kra ma ye na ye ma no se ye bedwomu a ye hu se o ye omu ko ye no aye asundua ma ye
Aveyenko, the governor at the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Ernest Addison, I say, Bank of Ghana, penny for I Central for Shemu, and my Dr. Ernest Addison, Akasa, no that to Ghana this year, you say, Sika Sam share in Sinhu, to say, ya pijam at the call 30%, and Canadian and Calco Bank, Aquaji Bessia, in Sinhuno, Nanke 29.5%, say, yet 0.5 abe county, Zilco Bank. Na kwa GBC bia nsi hu a obetua no aye 30% openini chese enam niam aboa ekosoro abibia no enu nti na nsi hu no enu so akosoro.
Governor the Bank of Ghana metre amrado the Ghana isika krabia batani Dr. Ernest Addison na woma ye nchiremu edi afa de ntia de sia no eye sika krabia no womo a womo ba bebo besia edi free wonum enchen si hu no womo atum enu ne monetary policy rate no womo de free 29.5% dia ba ohamu nchemu aduasa eye 30% no ena wo chemu se nioma ba ku mienu miensa bi ena akwakofa sa oha we nyina no anasa ntumi nyina no edi abas womo so anya ne sape ebegija wonum adwadi a womo edi nyina e wosikasem ensem nyina emu.
Regarding the monetary policy consultation clause, inflation as of June 2023 was within the target band. After declining consistently between January to April, headline inflation increased in May and June on account of a variety of factors, including higher food prices, implementation of new tax measures, and utility tariff adjustments. Overall, inflation increased from 41.2% in April to 42.2% in May, and then further to 42.5% in June. Underlying measures of inflation have all ticked up in May 2023. While core inflation ticked up, business expectations of inflation remain flat at an elevated level. Although inflation is expected to decline in the near term, baseline forecasts show a slightly higher elevated profile in the year ahead, which, if not contained, could embed in underlying inflationary pressures. It is important that policy responds appropriately and decisively to prevent these risks from becoming embedded and consequently derail the disinflation process. In the committee's assessment, risks to the inflation profile are judged to be elevated, driven by second-round effects of food prices. Inflation has persistently hovered around 42% throughout the second quarter of 2023, even though central bank financing has been eliminated in the first 6 months of the year. Ghana's macroeconomic framework requires decisive tightening from both the fiscal and monetary side to anchor inflation expectations firmly on the declining path. Given these considerations and under the current circumstances, the committee has decided to increase the monetary policy rate by 0.5% to 30%. In the coming months, the committee will monitor closely incoming inflation data and will respond appropriately if needed should inflation persist.
Mampanyi Akufo-Addo da so ewo Italy abrochimemu a wone mpanifo gusu edi enkomo na European Council on Africa and Middle East womu edi nhyiamu ma mampanyi Akufo-Addo kokasaye ne nsem ni bi a wode tu dwa esanse sa ekuyi de omo hwe eye yapomuden ho nsem enwumesua ene yaduane ho bambo no mampanyi so ekasa ede efa yaduane ho bambo afa wo wieye no wo hwe apomuden fam ene ne ekeka ho nyina yede brem.
The theme for this year's summit, driving change today for a prosperous planet tomorrow, food security, sustainability, and healthcare, is both appropriate and timely. And why do I say so? In the wake of the many adversities threatening our very existence, our collective recognition of the imperative to address food security, sustainability, and healthcare with a sense of urgency is heartwarming. On the African continent, for example, food security and access to healthcare continue to improve gradually, even though the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic and the Russian invasion of Ukraine are jeopardizing the lives and livelihoods of millions of Africans. Indeed, the recent decision of Russia not to renew the agreement for the Black Sea export of Ukrainian grain can only worsen further this situation. And Ghana will use the opportunity of this platform to call on Russia, a friend of our nation since independence, to review this decision. However, in Ghana, as pertains to some other African countries, there are visible signs of betterment through the commitment and efforts of government to advance the welfare of our people through a number of interventions and flagship programs. Notable interventions include the free senior high school policy, the National Health Insurance System, and the rollout of a massive health development program known as Agenda 111, where government is currently building 111 hospitals across the country to make the healthcare delivery system more resilient and accessible. To enhance food security and resilience, government introduces an agricultural sector flagship program known as Planting for Food and Jobs, PFJ, in 2017. The 5 models of the program were designed and targeted at the promotion of strategic food crops through import subsidy support to smallholder farmers, development of livestock to reduce meat imports, tree crops development for diversification of exports and enhancement of incomes of farmers, mechanization for improving efficiency along the agricultural value chain, and promotion of horticulture through production under greenhouses. Other complementary interventions include irrigation development and the construction of 80 warehouses, each with a capacity of 1,000 metric tons for food storage, and the building of strategic reserves. In our part of the world, development efforts are compromised by numerous factors, notably population growth, conflicts, climate change, macroeconomic instability, and frequent outbreaks of human and livestock diseases. The net effect is that limited resources for development interventions have often to be rechanneled to the control and management of such militating factors against our progress.
Kase way for UTV so some for besan asra mo atwa ho abasisia. kwa baba UTV kasebo so ento ansam so mamo na ye ko kane Ghana oswafo na ohwe nsuansuwa ne ahonedie ensam so Madam Cecilia dapa asoye ansin ne beto dwa se nisika bia na ewo ne fie $1 million afi 300,000 euros ene Ghana cedis ahodo no ne medifo bi afasika no adwane na nsam beto dwa no enne Wabra Dr. Ernest Addison, Governor, the Bank of Ghana, Ayan Centrofo in Shemu, now in Centrofo, Edin Commander, UTV in Centroni, Bakubisano, the Huasam, no penny say, oh, a hard dream pa, say Ghana, say, yes, a dollars a year, pa, now so, in pennyphobi, and I say Nipabi, Adiamano Nisika, I show them, Nina dia, a boy mino Isikasem.
I am sure that by now your team would have heard about a public official who has or who kept a significant amount of dollars in her home. Allegedly, yes, because it's still in court. But the charge sheet, actually, based on the testimony that she gave, said that she had that amount in her home. Does it come to you as a worry? $1 million plus 300,000 euros. Does it come to you as a worry because you are looking at confidence in the banking system and also having that amount of dollars in her home?
Yes, we are all worried, but really, I mean, this is a matter that is still unfolding and involving the court, so there's not much that one can say. On your question of the collaboration between the bank and Yoko and the Cyber Security Authority, yes, I mean, based upon the intelligence that we had, a lot of people were arrested. So over 400 people, in rooms, doing online lending without license. These guys are not licensed to be engaging in those kinds of activities. So they were arrested, they have been processed to court, and I think that we will continue to remain vigilant to ensure that these kinds of illegal operations do not persist.
Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Railway Development Authority ano eye ora yaw ousu na opanyi kyerese abra ingresi abrochimemu wo mu eja ye ho akonom de oman no ahye yensa no na wo hwe ekwan a wayie ewo keteche emu edema ye no a ekwan ne nchen no wo mu eja asase yantam de to ho be 1,000 acre Nanso so said omu si ye no omanfo de omu pe akwa akose sansase no ebi asisi adan ebi nso so ahwe ayefuo ewo ho a sese no said ye ama ye keteche kwan a ye yi no akwa ye ohawo no esun ye papapa anhwe yi a agese ye yi kwan no san de koto baabi a enipa ni dodo no a enu betimi aboa ama omonya kwan eno nso no ebeji sika bebre ena de behim.
In the year 2020, ye fankofo bi se wo mo hwe kwan a ye befa so a ye behu ba bi a train e be ko Ghana man nyina sentutoye a ye de railway dwumadie ne beba Ghana sa dwumadie fe ne master plan in 2020 na say master plan so a o se ko various parts of the country, every region bia ne no mudi nkuta ho na ye buso ma dwene say master plan ye no so na betima ya be ma ho mfaso kese say sebio ye pese di train free Kumasi ko Tamale a di entina ye di train free Kumasi ko Tamale emom in free titimre sebio na bridges for hono omuja railway kwan be 1,000 kilometers ayo hodada na sese no nam se railway juma call from ntino nipa no pi akofefa railway nsase ebi di yemfuo ebi asisi dan se Kumasi ahye se mohwa ukọ aboabo eni alaba railway kwa ho pe ena nkofo asisi dan ebi mu ye store in the friend encroachment se dachi bia na ba se ye sabe railway kwa no yentimi yetianye yentimi fa railway no fa obi koso so bubu dan a bubu dan bebre e wa aboabo ne alaba nte ba se asia panji se sakoto asase foforo near the railway kwan for baby for. And I'm just as I would turn some nipple enough for one must have home sem. Land acquisition and idea that from Bakukra. And it means that I say a sermon for a Sebio, Ubianco, two railway kwan will be an answer what Ben railway kwan biano. Some more 2-3. Seba dachim biano ye bane seba ye kwan foforo a ye benya kwan a ye interest ka foforo se sakoto asase foforo ye the railways
eno echi asokwa hene eye nana fe baamwa ono so ekasai echeche nsem sei
railway, as we have seen in other developed countries, can be the backbone to our developmental agenda. If Ghana wants to become a transportation hub in West Africa, we need to invest strategically in our railway infrastructure. This kind of investment should be done with a plan so that resources are spent on the most efficient way. The objective of reviewing the 2013 master plan was to extend the railway network to newly created regional capitals and as well connect mineral deposits to the ports of Tema, Takoradi, and Keita. For us to achieve this vision, we need to strategically invest in infrastructure in a new rolling stock. I'm personally impressed in the government's drive to resuscitate the railway sector. I want to challenge subsequent governments to continue with this mantle and sustain investment in the railway sector.
Ghana buy and Forestry Commission afi cocoa board so enye ska no sombo $4.8 million or debe boa na ye kwaya bi ma sen no yetimi de adua enua hofro ahyanan.
Ghana Aban and Forestry Commission and Afe Minister of Lands and Natural Resources so amasisi America say World Bank sikabia omutimi de ma aman na omode hwe omo eye koko efuo a betimi aboa no Ghana etimi enya emu $4.8 million a eye asema e de ye pa wono na edi saade animu ya sisi America say de abrewa ayipuma ewo kwan mu a sika no aba enam so omo abeye nhyemude ewo Kumase adwoso eno ononyamfo Benito Owusubio echeche nsem say.
This is a wonderful feat achieved by Ghana, being the second African country after Mozambique to receive Red Plus resource-based payments from the Carbon Fund of the World Bank. Successfully defend the acceptance of the Ghana Cocoa Forest Red Plus program into the Carbon Fund portfolio during the 16th meeting of the Carbon Fund. As a result, I am particularly elated this morning to witness the disbursement of the first carbon payment under the Ghana Cocoa Forest Red Plus program.
Eno echi kwantia for penny awada Forestry Commission anom owura John Alote on a YouTube in some 12 for twin komo
through the World Bank no yeah over $4.8 million and the says canon World Bank are transferred through the Ministry of Finance and my Forestry Commission. And then ejuma we measurement as carbon reduction no any verification World Bank nakasa abeye or various communities no and the says cano na yeche ene
ne krakra no asante mantema swafo munyamfo Simon Osemensa eso ebepie mo hono ma wono okyerkyere Ghana Cocoa Forest Red Program no say
ye nkwaye no eso tia na ati ye nkwaye ni nyina eko na on say ye bedo afuo adua koko a itwa forest ni nyina agu ye adua gugu se ne be ya vegetation no ana forest no ye be regain no enti dwumadie a ye di nei a ye friend Ghana Cocoa Forest Red Plus program no wa mo kyerɛ kwan a koko on betimi di enua enso asisisi entamu na fi ye forest no nso a degree no ana se ye twa enua no nyina egu no na nso ye duadua enua no bi ahye anamu
Jumadia Sonko bi ekoso ewo emrahye bedwam we the Parliamentary Network Africa eno French Embassy womo na eso asene na so oboso asene nyina ne se omo ne emma wonom wo mrahye bedwam ene di hyiemu abra womo hwe wo hawa hodo a womo hia ade a eka ho emama entumi emora emrahye bedwam nkoye adwuma ne bi no ene se enuoma ne akade e betimi aso wo asene ama watimi aye adwuma ewo wo mpese ahodo so no wonya bi emema ne ye ya no mo besa ho no mo konti enche na emema na ba se wo mo ba betu ma no e de afiri wo mo nkonwa so eno mo si nkonwa adwendwene ho kwampa a wo betimi e de afaso.
We haven't been empowered enough in terms of time and resources allocated to first-term MPs especially to be able to effectively do the work of Parliament. Notwithstanding, we have had to learn, as we went along, and I think that quite a number of MPs have made good impact in Parliament, in pushing bills, in putting out their statements, questions, whatever is necessary for us to be able to do the work of Parliament, even though I believe that there's a lot more that could have been done. For instance, from the session today, I got to know that the Parliamentary Network actually helps the MPs in research work. I didn't know about that, and I'm finding out 2.5 years later. And I feel that resources like this is necessary, but then it would have been the best, and I was telling the Executive Secretary that it would have been the best if right from the word go, we actually had this resource available, because then we would have worked it into our time. Because when you come into Parliament, you come with a lot of vim, a lot of energy, ready to do the work of an MP. But then you don't know that these resources are available. But it's never too late for us to be able to pick up from there.
I wouldn't say it's not a good one for the country, but because it's a hung Parliament, you believe with me that when you have the majority in Parliament, there are certain bills that go through like that without any serious discussions. It goes through because when you have the majority, you bring it, those in favor say aye and said aye, and the loudest, the Mr. Speaker says the ayes have it. But when it is a hung Parliament, people are so much interested in delving into issues and to make sure that the right thing is done. So I wouldn't agree with him that maybe this 8th Parliament is not working as the 7th Parliament. It's because it's a hung Parliament.
From the political parties, say me ensure say at the level of political party primaries, any party constitutions near the idea, put measures to ensure say a man be combat dog. So we as powerful positions, parliamentary positions. The more we need on the ticket of the various political parties, the higher the chance. But the man knows, even at the time of coming to the main election, the chances are very slim. Apart from that, the more parliament is here, how do we highlight nyomo? So being the Emma 40 about Parliament, no, do not to me, but more than way, and no credit me here, I shall so dear to ensure that more women will be encouraged to do that. Conversations to say near is one of the ways. I chair drain, and then there's been so many ideas about up. We hope we see any MPs now mobile any become Bomunia implementing those ideas so that by the time our next elections never bano, but finally the yen for Ghana for Ankazan so must realize say at least research has shown say baby bia a memo ni leadership muno e ma dos muno impunto timi koso we enye say bosremuka it's based on evidence and research the world over nti ehun be hiase e be encouraging more women, effective efficient women be a part of the process send be anyoma betimi akoso yamaye.
Sere Ghana for enimno edu juada bia sabre non so pounds ma edunumpe yedemoko NLA na Monday special emabo nyina no yebobo edemamo na so enne technical challenge problem kakra aba anti yebesere yahwefo ene bomo a wotwalo to nyina NLA fo nyina se onyame yadoma echena nwumre yebobo Tuesday mana near the Monday special mano aka ho ntanwumre Monday special mano yentimi amobo mamo we technical challenge kakra aba enti NLA National Lottery Authority say what they are sredie Ghana this year nyina sabre den kese abobo Monday special mano mamo ba yenya technical problem kakra nti onyame adoma echena ɛbɛbɔ Monday special mani nyina ɛne Tuesday deɛ ɛbɛbɔ abomu na bibia kɔso yi NLA sɛ how bi aba owura Sami Awuku incoming MP Ekuapem North ne team nyina so ɔpamokyɛw momfa ɛnkyɛw mo ɛkyina Monday special mani nyina no yɛbɛbɔ akeka aka Tuesday deɛ no deɛ ɔmanfoɔ ɛnhyɛ ne so ɛmfa ɛma yɛn abɛnto akasɛbɔ no so na yɛnkɔ Ghana mampani abedi akyire His Excellency Dr. Alhaji Mahamudu Baumia asweye na obani dia tudwa se efi August busu en we anim ekɔ no Ghana kwada bi ebewo no ye wo no to nye na ye Ghana card ene ne birth certificate ede amano na sanhye a mampani abedi akyire ede ebe no UTV kase ye tisi monten so ne Ghana de hye edi nkomo fa ho na nsem sei ena Ghana de hye bi ede tudwa
Protection Commission abaju mako a watu yen si ho se hwa kwakwa ho nsem ne ho bambo ewo emra kwan so Data Protection Act 2012 ISFN Act 823 no no emu ewo requirements bi e wose obia emra ne hye ne se wose register with the commission no emra ne kire ne ema bi e wose toto akwan mu a be se bambo no ebe yedin say ya krado say ye behwe say nia ye kan say ye hye mo boss ye be na afim no ye di so enti ye de kokobo ato the rule kratem ye ka kire nipa say ye ba from 14th August ekosi end of the year no ye bebobo apunu ye bebobo rewra nwumemu ye be frefre bi no ye church letters e di akokɔ ni nyina no ebisa sane e wosa wo ye wo mra nim na no na wo ye ana wo ye no kosi standard e wosa wo ye na ana wa ye bi ejebi ana wa ye de tosin ana mfidi dwuma na wo de ye wo adwuma no ye de sesa wo ye hwe sensitivity of the data na wo use no any data dodo a wo collect na ho fidie na wo de ye adwuma na data no so ekita no wo bo ho ban se na e kire na hwanum na wa ma mo kwan se wo mo fo mo sambom efa be ni adwuma ana data na wa collect no wo ton ana se wo bo ho ban sa ahwehwemu no na ye hyase ye
fine so na o maka sa na mba dia nka ye fine awesome years abi onya be 12 years ne ebe bia ne ma me de be kwa register mo kan say onyina akwa register na mo afa years bi anka o ye hu years no ati ase ne say ba o mi on na e wo so aka sa no so nso free so e de o ban onso beti sa amda ne so ana kwa Ghana de ye yes nye yes
betumi adi su dia financial we fufuro ba onu be ka say o enye yen sisa no yenye ni say na fede wakosala wa bresa na wakoye na mfaso bia ambaso
we akwala na ehu bibia ubenyi ni mu particular so bibia ho ye hyehyeye nti abasa mapa no omre bibre was ni bibia tu ontimi ndi bone ma ye hu say nti akwa eyi wa ha nti edoso eyade ye beboa ni mu ni nyina na hye so mbe ni ye dia Ghana de ye ya na godu babia na fe o hwe afi o hu bibia obi o Ghana hanema owo passport by 3 with different names obi won so ni din ba ko na yede no obedu o many penny for some driver's licenses minimum obi a all driver's licenses too with different names but ye o ya bofra no ya wo ketekete no na ya mawo card with ebia fro ya manu and fanta 2 floors ya manu a said din no ya mawo number ebia number na ye C2245 said din na ebe kura wa ne number na ebe kura wa till death bibi na ba ko ya said din no no number no anon de kura untumi the sound eno so ko abeboa ema abato nwiemu so ebe reduce because say you to aba what the 18 years a machine na be prove so when you 18 say ebeboa
futuo pa shepa edimaye man Ghana enti so ya obeboa man Ghana manyina enti mi tumi manyina fo say de ba omie ye dia ba a o kan che yen say ye pomo dia ye mano ye register mano enti mpacho opia ondintum say ye we ebeboa ye nyina
say ye wo akwala ye be ka say ye birth certificate mano se na be ya
se onyi a ebi a bibi okope adwuma ana se okaya passport ni na ye need birth certificate the birth certificate no enye bebre abata bebre entumi ye omo mba esa se ni bo ya den na nso need se ye momo nti se de ba o mi de aba na fine ya wu akola ketekete de ye manu a eda ho ni de se onyi na okode sa card no kwakire a na ya wode ne sa esi su keke enu kwa nso be fine e ba bo Ghana fo
de to me de eye because ube wa ko Ghana card se ni ye enye easy we ko di line sa we ko di line ko endru so ne ko kina se o tete ko wo ko no mo ye mana onyi na no ko di ne sa ko to machine me de fi mu kwa de ye e be so mu sa fi me de Ghana card di ba decision mo di ba de ye ma me pe wo ana mo ya mo e wa kwa no ho no obenyi pe ni sa de ba ko to machine so e to me de eye ma me
say ube ko ube tele musa be 3 days 4 days ye yanso a unsanka de bia na nam ho de bia obednam ho up now ye binumu ye sanka ye de nti ama ye sika kwa ye kwakoyi wo bank no ye timi nko cause me nkra Ghana card se a me yiska me nkra Ghana card se nyema bebre wo a me nye na makoye nso me nsanso anka me de ka me nko a nkolade de ye cause asana akola ni benyinu ebi ananyame aya adom na ne saka ne Ghana card cause ebi profile mo betime atukwan na ne maame de ne betukwan emi de ka media anka ye nkola de nsu ye mpanyufo ne de ha adwen
Amade shene ha na breba ho kwa manwure kase bo ede besom UTV so no yede mo AC ne mo se de medi kan no wonim se dwada bia 7:15 no ye ko NLA na Monday special loto mai boni na no ye bobo emamo bare no technical problem kakra aba enya challenge kakra bi de besremo Monday special na de no yentimi obobo e kire nwumre nya be bobo amamo nti e kire no Monday ni Tuesday mani nya e bobo ade amamo tigana for enhye so emfama yesin to bia ba ora samia wuku ni tim nyina NL mpanifo nyina so mpa chaw momfa enche mo na mo no mu a na eye adwuma afia ma me faseda ema St Philip's Enterprise unso nyuri matade na e come up be my friend akoto de 0244 147212 0244 147212
Medin de akosia sapon mene
David Ufori Safo
Yama mumo ni cha adehye